Well, it is Good News Tuesday, and bringing always the weird robots in some fashion. Chris Abel is here. Real Chris Abel, KRISABEL .com, realchrisabel.com, and Real Chris Abel on the socials as well.
Just chrisable.com.
What is it? chrisabel.com?
Just chrisable.com.
Well, now you have a new domain. I'll buy it
There
for
you
you.
go.
There we go. So if you want to get in touch with Chris, there you go. Get in touch with them online, and the YouTube channel is super awesome too.
Yeah.
And we'd like to talk about the tech and the nerdy things. You said Star Wars is king. Should we just get started there?
Yeah, it's not tech, but I've got an interesting angle on it. So there was big, shocking news in the world of auction houses just this past week, in that, to the shock and surprise of everybody, a Star Wars bubblegum trading card. So from 1977, the Topps Luke Skywalker card sold for an astonishing $687,500.
Wow.
Now, there was no hint this was going to happen. Sometimes going to auction houses, put something up on the block, they've seen it sell previously before other Star Wars cards have been selling for big. No, no, no. They usually do not sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So out of the blue, for some reason, the Luke Skywalker, the first card in the series, has sold for over $687,500. Now, you're talking about good news. At first, this might have been good news for me, because I'm holding here my own version of the Luke Skywalker card. I have the card
Wow.
in my hands. Now, you would think, oh, gee, am I going to get $500,000 for this? The problem is, the reason that I won't get it, not even anywhere close to that kind of money, is, of course, it all comes down to condition. The one that just sold for $500,000 is pristine. Looks like it just was cut of a card sheet at a factory. It is immaculate. To the average person, it looks identical to mine, but to those who are obsessive, there's lots of little details. And then the second part is, I'm holding the Canadian one. I'm a Canadian boy, so I bought it here in Canada, and the Canadian ones, of course, have both English and French text on it. And so for collectors, they see those details, and they're willing to pay $687,500 for the American one in pristine condition. But for my Canadian one, that's got a couple of nicks on it, maybe $1,000 if I'm lucky.
Still, I mean, it is a piece of cardboard.
I know, isn't this amazing?
It is
It's
kind of cool.
astonishing. Yeah.
How was the bubble gum, by the way?
Back then it was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't save the bubble gum for now?
There was no particular flavor of bubblegum. It was just pink bubblegum.
Just bubble gum flavored?
Yeah, just bubblegum flavored. That was basically it.
I love it. Okay, Energizer, also on your tech list today.
Yes, Energizer. So here in Canada, Energizer Canada is replacing their coin battery line. So these are the small, little, tiny circular batteries you put into your watch and other small devices like that. And the reason they're doing so is they've got a new child-safe version. So one of the problems with these little coin batteries is that if little kids swallow them, there is a good chance that the stomach acids will cause the batteries to kind of leak, and that can lead to ingestion burns. Energizer announced that their new line, called Child Care coin batteries, now have a new casing system in them that will resist. And so you're not going to get ingestion burns if the kids accidentally swallow them. And then on top of that, they've added a new coating to the battery, which is what I like. If kids accidentally take this and put it in their mouth, it will react to human saliva and produce a blue stain. So if you're looking at your kids and suddenly they got this big, huge blue smear over their face, check to see if they've been putting batteries in their mouths. And then they've also added a bitter taste, a strong bitter taste to the batteries. So hopefully if kids do accidentally bring it towards their mouth, they'll be discouraged from keeping it there. They'll throw it away.
I didn't know this was a thing, but now that you mention it, of course it's a thing.
Yeah. Young kids, you're at a very young age. One of the ways in which you test the world around you is that you put things in your mouth and you check them out. And when you're talking about something that's small and very, very slippery, metallic, especially metal's got kind of a fun taste to it when you put it in your mouth. So yes, this is a problem. Doctors are very, very happy because there's lots of cases reported every year of ingestion burns. Thankfully, Energizer has taken care of this. Again, the brand that they've added is called Child Care.
That's interesting. I would never have thought that, but I think of I use those batteries in my AirTags.
Oh, okay,
Those
cool.
kinds of little flat batteries that get used there. All right, so there you go, Chris Abel. Nobody wants to clean the kitty litter.
No.
Although I did watch a great. I say I'm not a cat guy, Chris.
Mhm.
I like the doggos. There was some funny videos of dumb things cats do, and the cat would get in the litter box and purposely squat outside the litter box. So for me and cats, you're not going to find me cleaning up the litter box, but turns out this is where your weird robot comes in today.
Yeah, you'll like this. Oh, and a quick note, I said child care batteries. It's child shield batteries. That's the
Perfect.
brand name there.
Thank you.
So yes, Carnegie Mellon, the researchers there, they kind of hip to your groove, man. They decided to develop software that they could load into the humanoid robots companies are producing and putting in the market to see if they can help develop them to do interesting tasks. And so they've got them folding laundry. One of the things I like is that it can go up to a counter and then scoop with a hand things into its palm or into a drawer, put things away. But my favorite, and I love the way that the imagery just looks, is that they've trained these robots to be able to clean kitty litter boxes the same way that people do. So I love that the robot walks over to the box, squats down, picks up the little shovel, and then sifts through the sand until it finds a lump and then scoops that into the garbage. And will go through methodically until it's gotten rid of every little brown black lump and then smooth out the sand and walk away with the little garbage to put it away. It's fantastic. I think a lot of people would probably sign up to have a humanoid robot come in just for that task alone.
If they had introduced humanoid robots and the first thing it did was pick up dog crap and cat crap, everybody would be on board with AI. Right? Like
Well, think how,
that was
yeah.
the secret.
Well, think how clean cities will soon become if humanoid robots are constantly going around scooping up after all the dogs in parks. If humanoid robots are walking our dogs and then picking up their poop afterwards. I think that actually could be a nice improvement.
It could be. It's going to need to be a heavy duty robot for my Great Dane, though. Got to tell you.
Uh,
Dogs or cats, Chris? If you had to pick.
if I had to pick, I'm a raccoon guy.
Raccoon, really?
I like both dogs and cats, but as someone who has raised a pair of baby raccoons, I did this for the Ontario Wildlife Center and made me a raccoon papa. I'm definitely a raccoon guy.
Raccoon papa. Trash
Well,
panda papa.
I thought about this because the raccoons had to be, I raised them to the point they were teenagers, and then they were sent off to raccoon school to learn how to be raccoons that could live in the wild and released to the wild. And if that was successful, then there's been enough generations that have gone by that I'm actually a grandpa.
So I guess you don't know if there's how they've made out then.
No, sadly, I mean, there was
No
no way
Christmas
to,
cards, nothing.
no, no strange knocking at the door in the middle
Yeah.
of the night. Yeah.
They don't call you and ask you for $50, so that's all right too, I suppose. Hey, it goes in all directions. All right, chrisabel.com, real Chris Abel on the socials, KRISABEL. If you want to get connected with all things Chris and his kitty litter poop scooting robots and his raccoon loving self, you can grab him online. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Take care, guys.